See if you could do it. That's it. Okay. Now let's take a look at that.
That started left of the target.
Uh-huh.
That started left of the target. That's going to look different.
Yes. See the difference in the face there?
Straight up and down?
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
good. That's
Can you blow it up? Oh, I see it. I got it, yeah. That's what we want.
Yes.
So I may have to make more of an extreme sort of swipe, pre-swipe, right? In other words,
You know, you see right here, you see how the toe is out on the ball side of the shaft there?
yes.
See in the
We
other,
want that.
well, that last
Yeah,
one
be
was
disappeared.
crossed over,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So all I did there was made that extreme swipe, right?
That was really good, but you see that came out lower. See, it came out below your shoulder, and the toe was up, so that the face and the shaft matched. That's what I want to see on all those
Like
swings.
that.
Yes.
That's just a more extreme swipe, huh? Theo?
That
Yeah.
last thing was awesome.
That's a lot more about what we want right there. Don't tilt back. Don't tilt back. You gotta have more rotation. That's better. That's better.
Might hit a longer club. That was probably pretty good, wasn't it?
I didn't film it, but it looked better. The face looked better. Yes.
Let me get his towel. Let me go.
Did you spray this for you today?
Yeah. You got the rest of them right here. Yep. I'm doing a speaking thing for him on a commercial for him for the wedges.
Did that thing?
Yeah. Right?
That's not bad. That looks pretty good. I see a lot more clubs that look better left-handed than right-handed. I don't know why.
Well, you're left-handed.
Well, no, they just look better
You're
on the ground.
left-handed in real life, though.
All right, move your ball a foot to the left for me. Move the ball to the left this way. Right there. That's good. Right in front of there. You going right over the black flag, or you going to the red flag?
Red
Okay.
flag.
Okay.
I didn't catch it, but I guarantee it's not open. I mean, not closed.
Well, we'll see.
You guys do that, I'll do this.
Just depends on how much you want to bet, how I make this film look.
It wasn't, no, that space was not closed.
That's better. It's not quite as much as the wedge, but that's a lot better. That's reasonable. You see what's coming out below the shoulder too. I want it to come out below the shoulder. He's got more rotation this way. and his arms are a little bit lower. See, that piece looks pretty good there.
That's fade
Yeah, that's a fade.
properly or
But, well, no, I want that, but I don't want, as long as I see it starting to a little bit to the left of that flag, then I think we're going in the right direction. Don't stay back. Don't stay back.
like it.
2 yards, 3-yard cut.
That was good.
Yeah. Now you see, here's the difference in this swing. Come and look at this.
You just took that one?
Yes.
Oh, good. So I hit that
Now
good.
you remember how I said that the club was, it was slightly inside your hands there?
Now we're out of
Now it's out at the ball.
Yeah.
See, whenever it gets below your hands, it has to be on the ball side.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to show up open there. I mean, it's going to show up square there. There's no
That's very good there.
good.
At impact, that's good. It's a little crossed over.
Did it cross over here? Face
Yeah,
tip over?
yeah, I crossed over a little bit. Crossed over right here.
Okay.
That's still way better than it was. It was horizontal. Now it's almost on. That's almost on the shaft. That is basically on the shaft line.
Like that.
That's close.
Huh?
That's probably going to be a little bit better. Eventually, I want you to be in a position where you can release them. When it'll go straight, you don't have to hold it off. See how that's moving over? That's really moving over. That's too much back like this. It's even rolling over there. And it was more upright too. That one didn't have as much rotation with your body. See the main good thing that he needs to get here is his chest needs to be a little more square. That's what I'm doing. Chest needs to be a little bit more square. Might have a rotation there.
You should be able to understand that. Oh. What we got?
The thing that's happening here is your hips are pushing way forward towards your target. you haven't gotten enough rotation here, and you don't have enough rotation up about it. Right at this position here, your shoulders ought to be parallel to the target. You're running over here at this flag.
So I'm not open up enough still.
No, you're not open up. You're not open up.
Shoulders.
Yeah,
Chest.
yeah, when you swing, this way you're really twisted.
Put that over there. See, I got a way I can do that, but it's a bit more. It's sort of. I was working on it down at the shootout, down at the Father and Son. My old teacher from Australia, Alex Mercer, you know, he wanted me to brace his left leg more. You know, it's too soft. It won't.
That's true, but if you're too much like this, you can't.
That's what he's
you
saying.
Can't turn it.
So what I did was I do a little pre-swing where I get this angle on here, a little bit of angle, and then once I got the angle set, then I can charge open and downhill around it.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem how you get there.
Okay. So I would do this. I've been doing this lately, kind of, Jerry, and come down on it, firm up that leg.
That's still not opened up.
I'm going to open up a ton though now.
That was better. You were a little more open when you were at the bottom, but not quite enough.
I would go here, get that angle. Get this feel. That's what I was doing. That's opened up more.
That was better. That was a better release too.
Yeah.
But I want you to feel like this right here is pointed right there at impact.
Okay.
The swing up, point it down, that's it. Right down there. That's it.
This way or just
Yeah.
there?
No, just like you were right there. Right there. I don't want the buttons to hang back here.
Right.
That's better. That's a lot better.
I reckon it's still got. I think it's still got things to do with my left leg.
It all stems from your left hip and your leg. Your hip goes too far forward and then it doesn't rotate.
That's what he told me. He said you've got to get that leg braced on an angle so it can take the hip. Can't be soft.
That's true. But your shoulders have to be more here like that.
You can't fire your right side through unless it has a brace.
That's right.
On the left side.
I was doing that.
Yeah.
See, this is going a little bit more through the ball here now. But actually, just swing up to the follow. Swing up to the follow. So take your best swing up to the follow. you see your belt buckle never gets over here.
I love this right here. Putting that in there. Boom, like that. It really makes me feel like I can open up. That's what I want to do. I want to open up.
You've got to get more. You know, you were a lot more open on these pitch shots than you are with this.
Yeah. Well, my original question to you when I was going to come here, when I came here, was how come? This would have been my original question. So, Alex told me, you know, he's told me ever since I was a kid. He said, if this lower center goes this way, this one has to stay back to hit it.
That's correct.
He said, if you brace, get an angle, and that's braced, this will send this one up over and follow it. That's what he told me.
To a certain extent.
And
the mold if it's like this.
like what?
Coming back.
Oh no, he said, you know, I told him he knows that for a split second, if I just feel that angle, it's still like that. You know, Jack and these guys that are back like this. Me, most I've ever had is probably that. It's just a sort of a feel, right? My original question was going to be, how come I can hit every ball with an 8-9 iron and brace up and come downhill on it? That's what I want to do. And then I can't do it with a wedge. That was my original question.
Well, you can't do it because you're too narrow and this is too...
That's what he said. He said he wants me wider. He wants the bottom of the half to be real still, no too much movement.
That's basically what we're talking about. We wanted, you know, whatever side you set on, I want you to stay there.
Yeah.
That's essentially the same,
So,
same thing.
my whole deal has been lately is get an angle and get me coming downhill. That's what I got out of our last time we were here. That's what I finished up with.
Yeah.
Get the club face open at address. Get this brace back. Feel. I mean, I could play golf like that all day long right there. What does that look like? Different?
That's fair. It's not down as much as I like.
Down this way?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. But
Down the wrong, but you're still rolling the face over a little bit.
I step back here, get it feels like I got an angle, and get coming downhill. That's what you want. That's what I want. Yeah?
Yeah.
I call it coming downhill.
Okay.
Here and coming downhill on it.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm gonna try to come downhill on one. Probably more downhill, was it?
Not quite as much. Not quite as much.
Well, if I was going to do that with a wedge, why can't I do it?
You can do it with a wedge. You should be able to do it with a wedge just easier than this.
Huh?
You should be able to do it with a wedge easier than this. The big thing that I want you to do is I want you to, you know, I don't mind you fanning your toe out.
Yeah.
But I want you to get a little bit more here where you get your upper body over
Down
your
on
left leg.
Yeah. So if I'm hitting this wedge here,
You're starting a little bit too much on the right side.
this is just pre-swing.
Yeah.
If I get an angle and I'm going to come down on it, that's what my swing wants to do. I mean, that's what I'd like to do. Let me try it. I mean, that's what I want to do. That was probably pretty good, wasn't it?
That was not bad.
Was I
But
coming?
I want you to, I want you to have more room. To me, this knee and this hip are too far forward. That's why you step forward.
On that one?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that just goes to my point. The more I can feel braced, the more my upper will go around, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I've been sort of reluctant a little bit to push back on that leg a little too much because I don't see Alex.
Well, what you want to have is Shawn and I have a good friend. He's a really good friend of Shawn's. golf junkie. Yeah. What, you know, every year he comes out and
You can see where it is in a
stuff and he comes back and says,
picture of the square box, just like the shell. You can see exactly where it is.
Physical
No,
part of
the
it.
guy, they finally mow that.
No, he just moves it. But what has to happen is this leg wants to be vertical, and this leg has to have an angle here, and that angle, when you push like this, so this leg goes straight up, and this one pushes forward. And what you do is you go here,
Yeah, I know.
so you can't push with your right leg.
Right, but I can this way.
No, you can't. You can't push it. You have to get up there in order to push.
Well, this is, like I said, it's a pre-drill. You probably saw me doing it at the thing. I go there, and I go there. Hey, I'm excited, right? Let me hit this. So, did I push back a little on that?
That was better. It's not pushing backwards. It's just pushing up.
Well,
to the left.
here's what. Okay.
Using the ground
Yes.
as
Yeah.
your
We're saying the same thing, but he's told me he's the same age as you. He's followed me he's taught me ever since I was a kid, and it's always about the left leg with him. And I go way past where it needs to be, and then I can't do anything. So he says, this has got to absorb it. So do whatever you want to do. Firm it, point it back, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's never going to look like that. Most it's ever going to look is.
Yeah, but your stance is not that way. So
Yeah, it's just a drill to get the feel.
Yeah.
I'm a pre-shot swipe guy.
No, I understand it.
Yeah.
But I want you to be able to.
Now that was big knee in, right? Big knee.
Yes,
you guys were.
yes. That was right leg dropped.
Yeah. Well, they
Like this, the right side dropped.
Yeah.
Like this instead of pushing it up.
So should I push it up?
Yeah, you need to push off. You need to push off with the inside right ball of your foot. Like that.
I can do that. That's easy.
Even for me,
I was telling about Dr. Gruber, you know, the angles of two legs, how you get the push.
Yes.
Swing up to the top. Okay.
Right.
Shift your right leg to that angle. Make number 10. That's that shaft. That's the shaft.
and for
Number 9 and 10. Right there. Get your head forward. Get your head forward like that.
That feels good.
That's what you want to feel pushing off of here. Like that's pushing into the ground. This is pushing into the ground right there.
Not bad.
Man, I was close. I was a lot better. That was better yet.
but they can't right now.
See, I always say, because you know I haven't done this much, but I got to swing like I got to swing,
I understand that.
and I love this what we're doing here. I've just been.
All this is, you know.
What I haven't been able to figure out is why I just can't walk up to the
You
ball.
just hit 3 shots that were all essentially perfect right there.
Okay, so that's just all leg action.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we need to get your leg action better so that you're not like where they're not both collapsing like
Right.
this. We need to be going the other way.
That was just pushed straight up, right?
That was absolutely flawless right there. You see, this is so much better divot because of that. But you need to feel like if this leg is pushing straight up, not pushing forward
Just up.
like this, it's pushing straight up, and your
Both.
right leg is pushing up also forward.
That's pushing straight up.
Those are way better right there. Those are way better.
These are
That
left.
wasn't as good.
Scissor action.
Huh? Like a pair of scissors, right? Like a pair of scissors, right? No?
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down scissors. You think it's mainly a right leg up or
No,
both?
I think you need to get your right leg taller.
Probably all right.
A lot of it's in the setup, Steve. So that did he tell you about the physics guy?
No.
Dr. Grover?
Yeah, I do.
So
Oh, he did,
if,
yeah.
if these are equal distance from both of these, and if I was to push up the ground, I'd go straight up. If my hip is slightly on this foot, like this, and see how this angle is greater here, now when I push on the ground, it's going to go this way. Because there's more force
Pushing
this
it forward
way.
rather than
Yeah, so
swinging
you don't
it
want to be
forward.
square like this. You never see anybody on tour with their hips like this. You always see the left hip slightly forward like this, because that angle here pushes that
Got it.
forward.
So I can push there a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe,
you need to push. You need to get your right leg angle better.
at a dress.
Yeah.
Well,
right
no,
there.
And then all you do is just push, and it's already, all the angles are already taken care of.
you have to have that angle in order to be as efficient as possible.
Well,
You see, since you've done that, the only time you collapsed your legs, you pulled it. The last 5 out of the last 6 shots.
but you know, the reason that I would never push my hips here lately is because it's what I do wrong. But now I like it because I can push there and just push up, right? Like, boom. Just push up.
That's what you want to have on these short. That's exactly what you want to have on these short shots. That's as good as you can hit a short shot right there.
Yeah, well, I haven't been anywhere near that. I mean, just push up, right? Like that. I haven't been hitting shots like that.
That's what we're talking about right there. What really bothers me about what you personally is that I see your right side collapsing all the time, and so this goes
Back.
back rather than using your right foot and your right leg to push
And
your
I think
whole
that's
body
I
up.
think that's the problem. That's what I think we're onto something.
So
Can I be there?
yeah, you can be there, but you don't need to be that much to the left. But
Just there.
that's what you need to do.
That sounded good.
See, I don't feel like I'm gonna miss. I don't feel like I'm gonna miss
Well,
hit that.
but you see now he's hitting the ground properly. He's hitting the ground. The divot's wider, and it's more level, and you're pushing the ground rather than twisting the thing into the ground.
So
'Cause he's so low here like this that he has to lift out. He can't. Your arms can never get. You know. You ask most any player that's ever played really great under the gun, when they hit the ball, they feel like the better they're playing, the longer their arms are. You know, so they're getting more extension.
that's right.
So you're pushing up.
I mean, I'm hitting these perfect for me right here.
No, you don't. These are so much better.
This is.
That's
Well-
so much better.
I know this is going to sound weird, but we don't have any history of how I play.
No.
You know, the only reason I like being here is because you've seen tons of good players play. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a fact. But that's how I want to stand, isn't it, Terry? But I've been reluctant because I'm like, man, I got to go this way because I'm afraid I'm going to keep going that way. But that doesn't surprise me.
I'll just push up.
You see, your hip is not going forward now; it's just going up.
This one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you're hitting it. But now your arms have a chance to elongate to the ball.
See, that's exactly how I want to hit it right there.
Well, that's the way most people want to hit it.
No, it's so much better. It's crazy.
Really?
The right action's crazy.
The reason I wear old shoes, and I've just gone to these soft spikes, but I use that welt of that shoe. That's how I was taught, to push off the welt of the shoe, the whole shoe, to push off, up. That's how I was taught, the whole shoe, push up. Not like that, or fucking like that, you know what I'm saying? So what's the threshold about that? I can do that.
You don't need to be that open. You don't need to be that open.
No, I mean, hips push that far
Yes,
forward?
that's so
Too
much
much?
better. That one wasn't quite as good. That was a little more draggy.
I can go there, right?
Yeah, you can just push up.
That's perfect right there.
So would you say just basically put himself in a position where all he has to do is push straight up?
Yes.
Basically?
Yes. He needs to. He doesn't need to push himself like this because that the natural motion is going the opposite way.
And what you guys are saying that if you have a bit of an angle on it, you will be able to push up it. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
With your
Well,
right
no.
leg, you need an angle.
You need an
Your
angle.
left leg, you need to be vertical.
Post.
Yeah.
So,
you push
so
it
if you push
straight
into
up.
this, you set it up with this at an angle.
You'll
and
never
this-
fall back.
Never fall back.
Yeah.
You might have solved the biggest fucking puzzle I've had for a long time. The other thing is I'm staying really still here, which is I like
That's
too.
very true. You're always falling backwards because you're going this way all the time.
Yeah.
And now you're not. Now you're not doing it. I don't think you need to be as far to the left as you are with your. You know, I think I
Okay,
get-
let me ask you. Look at that. I'm hitting these half as hard as I was, and I'm getting them there easy.
That's because you got more power.
Yeah. Phil, if that was the max, obviously that's outside of that heel. So if I use my crotch here and I pushed it, say what, to just in front of the ball?
This is supposed to be just inside your ankle.
No, I'm talking about at address. I can move
Yes.
that. I'm allowed to move that way a little bit, which I love.
Yeah.
How far? There's the whole range.
That's too far. You
Okay, okay, that's what I'm saying. I know that's too far. Half that. There's zero. About there.
You know what I want is dead vertical with your left leg.
Oh, I
So
see.
if I put a
Okay, so if this is at an angle, if I push to that straight, is that what you're saying? Like my
Yes,
slacks?
yes.
And this would have an angle.
yes.
Oh, fuck. Why didn't you say so?
Well, you're creating the right angle with your right leg.
So there's
you
the angles
can
you
push
want.
yourself up and to the left.
So now all I got to do is push up.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
See, that's all over right
And
there.
you just gotta make sure you don't do too much tilt this way.
That-
You can put your legs in the right position and you can go a million different ways this way.
I don't
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to do that though. Do you? Because this feels like my slot right here. Okay? This feels like my slot. This feels like my slot right here.
That's so much better because I'm not seeing the left leg collapse going through that. I'm seeing everything get towered. You know, I'm seeing your left hip come up and go to the left. Those are so much better. Now hit it
Because
hit it to the front part of this second green right here.
Okay.
With that club. I want you to feel the same push. It doesn't have to be as violent, but you need the same push. Now you see how you just clipped that off the ground?
yeah, I can feel the bottom now.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
like this
about.
before.
That's right.
I had a moving base.
That's right.
I had a swing bridge underneath me.
You don't want your foot to be doing all this.
No.
You want to use your foot as a plant. Your foot is a plant. I was a little farther forward with your hips.
At address.
No, at
Slide.
impact.
Oh, I didn't quite lift up straight.
No, you didn't. You didn't push up. That pushed up. That pushed more up. Just don't be afraid to let your arms elongate down to the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that stance is about the width we're talking. This line in my pants now that it's straight, this one's on an angle, you just want me to go straight up that line.
That's correct. See, that's using the flange really well. Now that's a little bit of roll, but not much.
Oh, a little bit of roll here.
No, here.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not, I suppose I should be concerned with that, but I'm not that concerned with it just because I hit the shot exactly like I wanted to.
Well, yeah, but you know, when you hit the shot as your swing was as efficient as it could possibly be, but the face was not quite where it should be.
Okay, fair enough.
Push up with that right leg. Now don't tilt. See, that's a tilt.
No, I didn't do what I just was doing.
Your right shoulder went, this pushed forward and this went back. That's better.
It's just concentrate on my legs.
That's
But
all I'd be.
All the work.
You know, that's what I'd be thinking of.
All the work we did up here is helping though, because the balls, all of these balls are starting further left.
Yes. You're not, you know, you're not going to the right.
I'm just trying to get the gauge on this leg. I can push the hips like that.
But you can't push off your heel. You don't push off your right heel. You push off the ball of your foot.
Yeah. That's the angle. I don't think I pushed off, did
No,
I?
you didn't push up. All right, now I want you to do this. This is white. I want you to get here, and I want you to actually have your feet leave the ground. Like you're gonna jump. Earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier.
I saw it. Let me hit one here to shake it off for a second. I just want to get that. I love that. I love that.
Phil, I love what you said there because he goes like this so much, his left elbow bends to gauge the radius. Otherwise, if he had it like this, he could
He's
fully
always
extend.
guessing on the distance.
Yeah, right.
He's always guessing on the distance.
I'm not
And he
guessing.
plays enough to where he could get away with it 4 out of 5, but it's not in 19 out of 20.
When do you think I'd push up on that leg? Like
Sooner. You need to push sooner. You're not pushing soon enough on these last half a dozen shots.
right at the top?
Yeah. As soon as your leg gets that angle, you got to start pushing. That's it.
You know what? I had a little bit more tension in my leg at address there. Right, like right there, holding it there.
But your leg doesn't go this way. Your leg goes up. It goes a little bit towards the ball. Your right hip and your right knee and your right foot all go towards the ball a little bit. That's a little bit of roll right there. That's holding your upper body a little bit too much back.
A little bit of roll.
Here.
Oh yeah.
But no, these are so much better because you know, when I see the bottom of the club hitting the ground, I know you're not, you know, that club is not twisting. The club is not twisting very much here. That's a little long on the toe, but that's pretty square there. That's too far forward.
I gotta go to the restroom. Be right back. Be right back.
You can just go down to the men's locker room. It's probably closer.
Got it. Thank you.